Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really digging into a fascinating one from the Brothers Grimm. It's called Der Eisenhans. You probably know it as Iron John.
Right, and it's surprisingly intense, isn't it? It feels less like a simple story and more like a psychological roadmap.
Yeah, exactly. A map for how a young man, this king's son, goes from, childhood to real leadership, sovereignty.
It's all about that journey, integrating the wild parts of yourself. It's tough. Necessary, though.
So our mission today is really to look past the basic plot points. We want to unpack why things happen the way they do, why the transformation needs, disobedience and humiliation.
And that hidden golden secret.
Yeah.
You have to figure that out.
Okay, let's start at the beginning. This forest the king owns, it's not just woods, is it? It's described as silent but deadly.
Deadly is the word. The sources are clear. It's a danger zone right from the start. It actually consumes people.
It consumes them.
Yeah, the king sends hunters in, right?
Yeah.
3 different groups, they just vanish. Poof, even their dogs.
Wow. So it's like this primal, untamed force literally bordering the kingdom.
That's a good way to put it. Like the kingdom's built next to this. This void it can't control. Something unconscious and destructive.
Until this foreign hunter shows up. He's brave, maybe a bit reckless. He dismisses the king's fear.
Right, he goes in, and it's his dog that finds the source of the trouble. Gets pulled into a deep pool of full by a naked arm.
Creepy. So they drain it.
They drain the pool, and there he is at the bottom. The wild man. Eisenhans.
And the description, it's specific, isn't it?
Very. Brawn him live while your hostages Eisen. Brown like rusty iron. And his hair, all the way down to his knees, covering his face, it's elemental, raw.
Like some kind of earth spirit, almost.
Exactly. And what do? They bind him and stick him in an iron cage. Right in the castle courtyard. Public display.
An iron cage for the Iron Man.
Huh? And the king lays down the law. Open this cage and you die. No exception.
And the key. He gives it to the queen.
Yeah, the queen keeps the key, hidden under her pillow, specifically.
Okay. Why the queen? Why under her pillow? That feels significant.
It really is. Think about it. The king is the state, the conscious order. The queen, her bedroom, her pillow that represents the domestic, maybe the unconscious, the protected inner life of the kingdom.
So keeping the wild man caged relies on the sort of the maternal, the hidden, keeping the key safe.
Right. The kingdom is basically suppressing its own wild depth, and it's hiding the key to it in the most private domestic space. It's a denial.
And this denial holds until the king's son gets involved. He's 8 years old.
Just a kid. And he's playing with his golden ball, a symbol of what? Childhood perfection? Innocence?
Seems like it. And wouldn't you know it, the ball rolls right into the iron cage.
The perfect setup, isn't it? The child wants his innocence back, his golden ball. But the wild man, Eisenhans, he sees an opportunity.
He negotiates.
Yeah, I'll give you the ball back, he says, but only if you open the cage.
The boy refuses at first, right? He knows the rule. Death penalty.
He does. But that desire for the ball, for what he's lost, it's too strong. On the 3rd day, while the king's out hunting.
Convenience.
Isn't it? Eisenhans tells him where the key is, under his mother's pillow.
So the boy has to consciously betray not just the king's law, but the queen's trust, that hidden domestic sphere.
Exactly. He goes against both parents, retrieves the key, and this act, this first real disobedience, it kicks off his entire journey.
The source says the door opens swir with difficulty.
Yes, and there's an immediate price. He hurts his finger opening that heavy door.
The injured finger. That comes back, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It's the mark of his choice, the break from childhood rules. He's chosen the wild path now.
So Eisenhans is free, gives the boy the ball, but the boy doesn't just go back to the castle.
No, he's terrified. He cries out, "Oh, wild man, don't leave." He knows he's in trouble, knows he'll be punished. He's implicated now.
He follows Eisenhans into the forest.
Eisenhans basically takes him, lifts him onto his neck, carries him away into the dark woods. He's now dependent on the very wildness he unleashed.
But Eisenhans isn't cruel to him, is he?
No, surprisingly compassionate, actually. He says essentially, "You freed me, so I feel for you. I'll take care of you." He even promises him good things.
And reveals something important about himself.
Right. He says he has gold and treasures schätzes more than anyone in the world. This isn't just some brute. He holds immense value.
But the boy can't just access that treasure. There's a test first.
The big one. The trial of the Goldbrunnen. It's described as bright and clear as crystal. Pure potential.
And the task seems simple. Sit by it, make sure nothing falls in, nothing dishonors it.
Sounds easy, but it's a test of perfect self-control. Of detachment, maybe.
And this is where it gets philosophically tricky. Because he fails 3 times.
And the failures are directly linked back to that first act, opening the cage.
Oh, so?
Well, day 1, that injured finger, the mark of his disobedience, it starts to ache. Instinctively, he dips it into the clear water.
Yeah.
Instantly, the finger turns completely gold. Vergildet. Eisenhans catches him, warns him, "You've dishonored the well."
Hold on. If Eisenhans is treasure, if he has all this gold, why is touching the water and turning gold a bad thing? A dishonor?
Ah, that's the paradox, isn't it? The well isn't the gold itself, it's the source. It's like pristine nature, pure potential, untainted by human ego or desire.
So by dipping his finger in, the prince
What?
contaminates it with himself?
Kind of. He introduces his own wound, his own self-consciousness into that purity. The gold isn't out there anymore, it's on him now. Internalized, he becomes the vessel for the value. He doesn't just observe the source.
Okay, so failure 1, golden finger, failure 2.
Day 2, finger hurts again. Maybe he's distracted, runs his hand through his hair, and a single strand falls into the well. Poof, instantly golden.
Eisenhans warns him again. Sterner this time.
Yeah. He says, basically, I'm letting it slide, but if it happens a 3rd time, you're out. You have to leave.
And 3rd time, he blows it completely.
He does. He leans over the well, maybe just curious, wanting to see his reflection, his Angesicht in that crystal water.
Vanity.
Or
just self-awareness.
maybe a bit of both. But his long hair, remember, he hasn't cut it, falls into the water, the whole lot.
And his entire head of hair turns gold.
Solid gold. Glänzend wie eine sun, shining like a sun. It's a massive, undeniable transformation. He didn't just dip a finger or lose a hair. He immersed his whole identity, his head, into the source.
He failed the test of, what, anonymity? Purity?
Yes, the test of just being there without imposing himself. By looking at his reflection, by letting his hair fall in, he fully brought his own identity into contact with that pure potential. The gold is now undeniably him.
So the treasure Eisenhans promised isn't something he gets later, it's something he becomes through this failure.
Exactly. His failure is his endowment. The hidden gold is now his permanent, inherent royal nature, but he can't show it yet.
Because he failed the test, Eisenhans exiles him, sends him out into the world.
To learn Armut, poverty, to understand what it's like to have nothing, even though secretly he carries this immense shining wealth on his head.
So the path to sovereignty requires this internal secret richness born from failure, but then overlaid with total humility.
Precisely. But Eisenhans offers a lifeline. He says, if you're ever in real need, go to the edge of the forest, call my name 3 times, and I'll help. A safety net.
But the prince doesn't use it right away. He goes to a city, tries to find work.
And finds he's completely useless. As a prince, he never learned any practical skills.
So where did he end up?
The absolute bottom. He gets a job at another king's palace, but as a kitchen boy. Carrying wood, hauling water, sweeping ashes. Total anonymity.
But he has this blazing gold hair. How does he manage that?
He has to hide it. He wears a little cap, a hutchin, all the time.
Makes an excuse.
Yeah, he claims he has a bosun grind, like a bad scab or sore on his head. He has to disguise his inner gold, his true nature, behind something presented as shameful or common.
And he sticks to this.
Yeah.
Even when it causes problems.
Oh, yeah. He refuses to take the hat off, even when he's helping serve the king at the royal table. The king gets mad, blames the cook.
And the boy gets demoted again.
Pushed even lower. Traded to the gardener, becomes the Gartnerjungen, the gardener's boy. Planting, digging, watering out in all weather. A complete stripping away of privilege.
It's fascinating, though. He has this connection to immense power through Eisenhans, but he chooses this grueling path instead.
He's earning it, isn't he? He's not just relying on the magic.
Yeah.
He's building character through enduring the hardship, the humility, actively choosing the low road.
But secrets like that, they did to come out.
They do. One hot summer day, he's working alone in the garden, takes the little hat off for a moment to cool down.
And then sun hits the hair.
Like a spotlight,
Yeah.
the golden rays flash, shining right into the bedroom, the Schlafzimmer of the king's daughter, the princess.
And she notices.
Instantly. Jumps up, demands to know what's going on. She sees him. She's the first one to sense there's something more to this boy.
What does she do?
She orders him to bring her a bouquet of flowers, a Blumenstrauss.
He puts the hat back on quickly, I assume.
Oh, absolutely. Slams it back on. And interestingly, he doesn't bring her fancy garden flowers. He gathers wild field flowers, Feldblumen.
Why?
He tells her they smell stronger, more authentic. Even in his lowly position, he's asserting the value of the wild, the untamed, maybe echoing his connection to Eisenhohn's.
The princess isn't buying the simple gardener boy act, though.
Not at all. She tries to get the hat off him. She even offers him money, a handful of gold coins, du kitten. A bribe.
And does he take it? He's supposed to be learning poverty.
He takes the coins, but then he just gives them to the gardener's actual children to play with, like their toys. Meaningless trinkets.
Wow. Okay, that's a powerful statement.
It really is. It shows his complete detachment from external wealth because he carries the real treasure internally. It proves his inherent nobility, his lack of greed. The princess sees this day after day. She knows he's different.
All right, so he's endured humility, maintained his secret. What's the next stage?
War. The kingdom is attacked by this overwhelming enemy force. Everything's on the line.
And the gardener's boy. He steps up.
He goes to the king and asks for a horse so he can go fight.
How does the king react to that? The kid with the scab under his hat asking to join the war?
Predictably, he mocks him. Everyone laughs. They give him the worst horse they can find, a lame three-legged nag called Hunkapuas. Utter humiliation.
But this humiliation, it's the trigger, isn't it?
It seems to be. He takes that ridiculous horse, rides it to the edge of the forest, the threshold between the kingdom and the wild, and calls out, Eisenhens, 3 times.
This is the first time he uses the magic helpline.
Yes. And importantly, it's not for himself, not for personal gain. It's to save the kingdom that's currently mocking him.
And Eisenhans delivers.
Instantly. Provides a magnificent, powerful warhorse, almost uncontrollable, and a whole army, a Schar Kriegsvolk, all clad in iron armor.
So he rides out this unknown knight.
Leads the charge, him and the Iron Warriors. They completely rout the enemy, save the day, total victory.
And then, does he ride back in triumph? Reveal himself?
Nope. This is crucial. As soon as the battle's won, he rides straight back to the forest edge, returns the horse, returns the army to Eisenhohn's.
And gets back on Hunkapuas.
Gets back on the lame, 3-legged horse and rides back to the castle, back to the mockery.
Why? Why hide again after such a victory?
Because it wasn't about him getting the glory. It was about doing what needed to be done. He understands power isn't about showing off. It's about having the ability and using it correctly. He has to go back to being the gardener's boy to complete the internal journey. Self-mastery over public acclaim.
Okay, but the king knows someone saved them, this mystery knight.
Right. The king's desperate to find him, so he announces a big 3-day festival.
And the princess's role.
She's going to throw a golden apple each day. The idea is whoever catches it is the mystery knight, and maybe her future husband. It's a public test.
And the gardener's boy decides to participate.
He does, but again with Eisenhohn's help. Each day, he goes to the forest edge.
And Eisenhohn's outfits him.
Magnificently. Day 1, he's a knight in red armor, riding a fiery horse, a Fuchs. He rides in, caches the apple, and immediately bolts. Vanishes.
Day 2.
A white knight this time, on a brilliant white horse, a Schimmel. Same thing, catches the apple, gone.
Maintaining the mystery. And day 3.
Day 3, he's in black armor, on a powerful black horse, a Rapin. He catches the 3rd apple.
But this time, they're ready for him.
The king ordered his men. Don't let him get away this time. They chase him. One of the guards manages to get close, nicks his leg with a sword tip as he's escaping.
Another wound, like the finger.
Exactly, and as his horse makes this huge leap to get away, his helm falls off.
Revealing.
The golden hair, shining for all the pursuing soldiers to see. The secret is partially out.
So now there's proof linking the gardener's boy, if they can find him, to the knight.
Right, and the princess starts putting the pieces together. She talks to the gardener.
And finds out
that the gardener's boy, the one who gave the gold coins away, had shown the gardener's kids 3 golden apples he'd somehow acquired.
Ah, the final clue.
The final clue. So, the king calls for the gardener's boy. The confrontation.
And still wearing the little hat.
Still wearing the hat, trying to maintain the disguise. But the princess steps forward.
And she does it.
She walks right up to him and pulls the hat off in front of the whole court.
And the hair.
The golden hair just tumbles down onto his shoulders, shining. Everyone stares. Silence.
Big reveal.
He has to own it now. He confirms, yes, he was the knight, red, white, black. He shows them the 3 golden apples.
And the wound.
He points to the wound on his leg as proof. I caught the apples, he says, and I also saved you all in the battle.
And when they ask who he really is, his father.
He doesn't name his biological father or his old kingdom. He says, my father is a mighty king and I have gold in abundance. He's claiming his inheritance through Eisenhohn's, through the trial and the failure.
He's claimed his true identity. And then he asked for the princess.
Ask for her hand in marriage. And she accepts immediately. She says she knew all along he wasn't just a gardener's boy. She saw the inherent quality.
So the wedding happens.
The wedding feast. And then comes the ultimate climax. The music suddenly stops. The doors open.
Okay.
A proud, regal king enters with a huge entourage. Magnificent. He walks straight up to the prince.
Who is it?
He embraces the young man and declares, "I am Eisenhans." He explains he was a king, cursed, verwünscht, to be a wild man.
So Eisenhans wasn't just a wild spirit. He was royalty under a spell.
Exactly. And he says because the prince freed him from the cage, broke the curse, all his treasures, the real treasures, now belong to the prince.
Wow. So the wildness was redeemed, transformed back into recognized sovereignty, just as the prince was.
Perfectly mirrored. And then the prince's original parents, his biological mother and father, arrive too. They're reunited and everyone celebrates the wedding. Full circle.
What an incredible journey. It really required him to first break that fundamental rule opening the cage. That started everything.
Then the loss of innocence, you could say, at the gold well. That
Yeah.
failure was actually the key to his inner wealth.
And finally, the emergence of that hidden identity, the golden hair, first as a secret burden, then as public proof of his worth.
It's a path from, that secret, almost scary wildness of Eisenhans through radical humility as the lowest servant to finally achieving this true, earned, recognized sovereignty. It shows that just being born royal means nothing.
You have to earn it through the trials, integrating all those parts.
That's right. The inherent nature has to be tested and proven.
Which leaves us with a really interesting thought for you, the listener, to take away. The prince's defining feature, his power, his golden hair, it came directly from failing that test at the gold well. He messed up.
He couldn't maintain that perfect purity Eisenhans asked for.
So the question is, what part of yourself might you be hiding? Something you see as maybe a flaw, a failure, a secret you keep suppressed, that you might actually need to bring out, maybe even expose, to truly step into your own power and succeed. What failure holds the key to your gold?